What's up, good people? It's time for a quick session of that verbal cardio. Jordan Peele. Jordan Peele, some people are mad because Jordan Peele said that he's not interested in, casting a white guy as the lead in his films. And of course, people are going to be outraged. But here's the thing. Did you keep, if you're outraged by that, did you keep that same outraged energy looking at the history of American film since it started? Did you keep that same energy by seeing a white guy in the lead of everything since the beginning of American cinema? Did you keep that same energy? Now, he said we've seen that story before. He was like, I'm not interested in casting a white male lead. We've already seen that. And we have. Like, let's look at movies in general, westerns, cop movies, dramas, white male leads. From start to now. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny because I was wondering why Brie Larson was getting so much hate about Captain Marvel, while the trolls were trying to bring the ratings down and all that. I was like, where is this coming from? I didn't know that she had spoken out about the lack of diversity out here in films in regards to people of color and women. She spoke out on that. That's where the hate was coming from. And I was like, the lack of diversity with film critics. It's mostly white guys. So it's like, look, man, white men have ran the table since this started. They were everywhere. They were always represented. So Jordan Peele just vocalized what movie studios and producers and casting people have been doing, rather than saying. They're not going to come out and say we're not interested in casting the black lead. They're not going to say it, but they've been doing it and showing it. They've been showing it through action this whole time. You know what I'm saying? So let's cut the BS. You know what I mean? Jordan Peele just vocalized, the contrary to what studios have been doing for decades, for the whole time. So it's like, keep that same energy. He just kept it up front. He's like, he's bringing diversity to the horror genre. And let's I don't even want to talk about all genres of movies. It's white male city. But let's just focus on the horror genre. Let's just focus on the horror genre, okay? If you look at all the classic horror films, the iconic joints, you know what I mean? Like The Exorcist, white leads. Aliens, white female lead. The Thing, white lead. The Shining, white lead. Nightmare on Elm Street, white leads. Scream, white leads. Halloween, The Blair Witch Project, The Conjuring, The Nun, Amityville Horror. Now, some of these are based on a true story, so, of course, there's going to be some white leads. But Paranormal Activity, Hollow Man, Sleepy Hollow, Flatliners, The Lost Boys, The Predator. Now, granted, Predator 2 was an exception. Final Destination, The Blob, Sinister, The Fly Remake, The Fly 2, 30 Days of Night, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Relic, Child's Play, The Lawnmower Man, American Werewolf in London, The Fall, The Dead Zone, Christine. And don't get me wrong, they'll sprinkle in some black folks here and there. They'll sprinkle in a sidekick character. We getting killed off. They'll sprinkle in, maybe one of us will survive till the end, but we still not the white male lead. You know what I'm saying? Like Deep Blue Sea, LL Cool J lives, but the white lead is Thomas Jane. You know what I'm saying? So it's like white lead city. And honestly, in the horror genre, it's usually a white female lead. That's how it's usually a female in the horror genre that's the lead, but it's still white, and a lot of times it's either a white woman or a white man. Jeepers Creepers, white male and female. And it's just been like that the whole time. Anything you can think of, the whole time. Even Candyman had the black, villain, white female lead. You know what I mean? So it's been like that from jump. Matter of fact, Shaun of the Dead, white leads. You know what I mean? It's easier It's honestly, it'll be easy. The Ring remake, white leads. You know what I'm saying? The Grudge, white leads. And these are based on Japanese horror films. They threw in let's throw in the white lead spin on it. That's all they're doing. They'll take a Japanese horror film, and instead of casting Japanese in it, they'll just let's put some white leads in here. Let's make it American because it's only white. So don't be too outraged. Be outraged at movies since it got started. Jordan Peele has just vocalized what the movie studios just won't even say. Now, it's actually easier for me to pinpoint movies that didn't have a white lead. Like, shout out to George Romero for casting a black male lead in the original Night of the Living Dead. That was revolutionary. And, Event Horizon with Lawrence Fishburne was the lead. Let's do Demon Knight. Tales from the Crypt presents Demon Knight. That had Jada Pinkett in the lead role. It's easier for me to list off the rare instances where we had a black lead, a true black lead in a horror film. Like, you take the movie The Thing, Kurt Russell was the lead in that. Keith David was also in it, but he was like a supporting character. He just happened to live to the end. Sorry about the spoiler alert. And even in They Live, Keith David again, but the white lead was Roddy Piper. They gave a wrestler the lead role. So it's like, Jordan Peele was like, yo, it's time to switch up the face of it. You know what I'm saying? White lead city. It's just, we want more diversity. And he was just up front about it and frank about it. Like, shoot, even Quentin Tarantino, Django Unchained is a movie about a slave. Yeah, they got the slave. Of course, you're going to have a black slave. You know what I'm saying? Jamie Foxx was the lead role. But when you look at the poster, it's Jamie Foxx, white males on either side of him. Christoph Waltz, Leonardo DiCaprio. So it's like, studios were out here like, a black lead. People won't come and see that movie. We can't put a black face on it. They won't come and see it. And now Jordan Peele, Get Out, a black male lead, and it's rare. It's just rare to see that. And now us, the black leads. It's just, he's giving us the rarity. And now that he stated it, now people in their feelings, man. But you know what I'm saying? It's been white male city, Cabin in the Woods, white male leads, man. Serpent in the Rainbow, white male lead. Jacob's Ladder, white male lead. And this is just me rattling off movies off the top of my head. Evil Dead 1, 2, and 3, white male lead. Okay. Drag Me to Hell, white female lead. I can go on and on. But it's easier to list off the handful of films that had a black lead, or a lead of color. But even I could throw other minorities into the mix. But they got a whole film industry in Asia, in Latin America, in all these other countries. They have their own, like Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? India. You know what I mean? But like for us African Americans, all we have is the American soil. All we have is the American, film industry for us. So now we have to break through and put our faces out there, and not just make it a thing like, yeah, we had a black horror movie like Tales from the Hood, but that's just a rarity. You know what I mean? And a lot of people didn't even see that movie. So it's like, and we had stuff back in the day like Blackula. You know what I'm saying? And Bram Stoker's Dracula, white male leads. Interview with the Vampire, white male leads. So. The Wolfman, white male lead. Wolf, white male lead. Then you had the remake of the Wolfman, where we had Benicio del Toro in the lead role, but it's a rarity. So Jordan Peele makes a good point. Now, the people that are outraged, have you been outraged the whole time? That's my question to you. If you're pissed off by what he said, were you pissed off at the lack of diversity this whole time? That's what I want to know in the comment section below. Don't just come in like, well, how would y'all feel if they said we've been feeling it the whole time? They just haven't vocalized it straight up like Jordan Peele did. So, and you're smart enough to know that studios and like, casting directors and filmmakers they probably weren't even considering black leads. I don't want to speak about things I don't know nothing about, but I'm pretty sure if they really wanted to cast a black lead, they would have. But they just like, nah, somebody said no. Somebody was like, it was written for a white guy, or we want to appeal to a broader audience, so let's make it a white guy. The black lead is going to turn a lot of people off. This is definitely what they were thinking and how they were approaching it. I guarantee you that. They may not say it, but I guarantee you that's what it was, man. So let us have our filmmaker. And now I can already see it now. The internet trolls are gonna pull up and try to hate on every movie he puts out henceforth. I guarantee you that. And that's why Brie Larson, because I was wondering why Brie Larson was getting hated on so much. I was like, what did Brie Larson do? Then I found out, I was like, oh, she's calling for more diversity, and people ain't having it. Guess what, people? Racism still exists in America. Okay, no, I know you don't want to hear me talking about it. Stick to comedy, stick to the voiceovers, but it's still out here. You're just dividing people. People are already divided. Log on to Xbox Live or PlayStation. Racism is right there as soon as you get in. So I don't want to hear it. It's out here. And Jordan Peele was just very, very honest and very real and very, on the opposite end of what the film industry's been doing since it started, man. So here's some more diversity. I appreciate what Jordan Peele is doing, and like y'all can be like, well, how would you feel on the other end? I've been feeling it the whole time. The only time blacks would get roles is if we the sidekick or if we were paired with a white actor. You know what I'm saying? That's the only time we got some real shine. Die Hard with a Vengeance, Lethal Weapon movies, The Last Boy Scout. So, that's what it is, man. I just wanted to state my little piece on it. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. And let's hear what you got to say, man. All right? Keep the same energy, though. All right, man. Verbal cardio. And yes, my Christmas tree is still up. It ain't going nowhere. All right? Feel every piece.